أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم. Ayah number 83, Surah Al-Tawbah. فَإِن mean then or so. In mean if. فَإِن mean then if. رَجَعَكَ اللَّهُ Allah bring you back. Allah return you, make you return, bring you back is good. إِلَى طَائِفَةٍ to a group. Minhum from amongst them, yani the hypocrites. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking to the hypocrites. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the Prophet is where? He is in Tabuk. Because the Prophet spent 2 months there on Tabuk expedition. So there was a group of 12 hypocrites. That they were arzalun nas, they were the worst evil kind of people. So in this ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put a ban on them, that the regular hypocrites may go with you on future expeditions, but these 12 people, they cannot go never. Okay, they will be begging you, they will crying, we want to go with you. No, don't take them. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not saying that when you return from Tabuk, Allah is saying, if Allah bring you back, which means Allah might not bring you back, something might happen to you. So Allah left a little bit suspense that this is a difficult expedition, and suppose there might be a war also with the Romans, so you never know. So if everything went okay and you were able to go back to Medina, okay, so this is the style that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says. So فَإِن then if رَجَعَكَ اللَّهُ Allah bring you back إِلَى toward طَائِفَةٍ مِّنْهُمْ to a group from amongst these hypocrites. Okay, the group of 12 people. فَاسْتَأْذَنُوكَ. Okay, the root word is idhan. Idhan means permission. Also i'lan, like adhan, from the same root word. And fa again mean so or then. And ka mean you. And sin and ta come for bab istif'al, which means seeking. Istighfar, istiqbal, istinswar, seeking. So fasta'dhanuka, and they seek your permission. Lil khuruji, for going out. Faqul, then say, lan takhruju, you can never go out. Ma'iyya, with me, abadan, forever. وَلَن تُقَاتِلُوا, and you can never fight مَعِيَّ, with me, yani in my company, عَدُوًا, with an enemy. إِنَّكُمْ, indeed you all, رَضِيتُمْ, were pleased, were happy, بِالْقُعُودِ, by sitting, أَوَّلَ مَرَّةٍ, in the first time, in the first turn, فَقْعُودُوا, so keep on sitting, ma'al khalifin, with those who remaining behind. Okay, khalif means the one who stay behind. Okay, one more time. فَإِن رَجَعَكَ اللَّهُ, so if Allah bring you back إِلَى طَائِفَةٍ to a group minhum from these hypocrites, فَاسْتَأْذَنُوكَ, and then they seek your permission, لِلْخُرُوجِ, for going out in another expedition, فَقُلْ So say, لَن تَخْرُجُوا You can never go out مَعِيَّ with me in my company أَبَدًا forever. وَلَن تُقَاتِلُوا And you do not fight. You are not allowed to fight مَعِيَّ in my company عَدُوًا with the enemy. إِنَّكُمْ Indeed you all رَضْوِيتُمْ were happy بِالْقُعُودِ by sitting behind أَوَّلَ مَرَّةٍ for the first time. فَقْعُودُوا So keep sitting مَعَ along with those al-khalifin who remain behind. Okay. Then ayah number 84. Wa and la mean no. Tusalli mean offering a prayer. Okay, salat. The very root word of salat in Arabic is dua. Okay, so salat means dua, prayer. Then salat we borrowed for our regular 5 times salat. So salat then we use for that. And salat is still used in Sharia in the meaning of dua in the Quran also. خذ من أموالهم صدقة تطهرهم وتزكيهم بها وصل عليهم إن صلاتك سكن لهم. Allah is telling the Prophet that when you accept charity and zakat from the people, so make dua for them. Okay, صل عليهم إن صلاتك, your dua is what? A source of peace for them. And salat is also used for salutation on Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Salat ala nabi. Okay, so these are the different meaning. Here tusalli means janaza, prayer. Okay, so wala tusalli and do not offer prayer ala upon ahadin, any one of them, yani none of them, minhum from them, mata who died abadan forever. Wala taqum and do not stand ala upon qabrihi on his grave, which means for burial, tadfeen and takfeen and those kinds of things. Innahum indeed they kafaru, they adopted kufr billahi in Allah wa rasulihi and his messenger. Wa matu and they died. Wa hum fasiqun and they were sinners. Okay, so these ayah is revealed about Abdullah ibn Ubay ibn Salul, Ra'isul Munafiqeen. Okay, the name of his son was Habhab. Habhab means the one who has short stature, like he's short and he look very ugly, and this is one of the name of the shaitan. So when the Prophet ﷺ, when he accepted Islam, the Prophet asked him, what is your name? He said Habhab. So the Prophet said, no, your name is Abdullah. So the Prophet changed his name right there and then. Okay, so his name became Abdullah ibn Ubay ibn Salul, Ra'isul Munafiqeen. And he was very sincere Muslim. So when Abdullah ibn Ubay passed away, he came. He said, O Prophet of Allah, you pray for him. You make dua. You participate in his burial. You pray his janaza. And I want to borrow your shirt to use as a coffin for him. The Prophet said, all of the above. That's fine, no problem. I will do it. So, before this, an ayah was revealed, which means if you ask for these hypocrites 70 times forgiveness, Allah will not forgive them. So, the Prophet knew that Allah will not forgive him. But he did all, and the shirt of the Prophet will not give him any benefit either. And his dua will not, because Allah say, even if you ask forgiveness for them 70 times, I will not do it. So, Umar radiallahu anhu understood the ayah the way the Prophet ﷺ understood. So, Umar radiallahu anhu reminded the Prophet ﷺ that the apparent meaning of the ayah means that these are all useless. So why you are doing it? So the Prophet said that there is no absolute prohibition. And maybe 1,000 people from Khazraj accept Islam because of this one janazah. And it did happen. 1,000 people from the family tribe of Abdullah ibn Salul became Muslim when the Prophet this husni suluk, this treatment. Why the Prophet gave him shirt? The ulama say when the prisoners of Badr, they came, so Abbas ibn Abdul Muttalib, who was the uncle of the Prophet ﷺ, was very tall and he has no shirt. So the Prophet asked the Sahaba, who can give shirt to my uncle? And nobody's shirt was fitting. And Abbas radiallahu anhu accept the shirt of Abdullah ibn Ubay ibn Salul. So he gave his shirt. So the Prophet's habit was that he will register the favor of the people in the back of his mind, and he will say, he is the one that he gave me cold water one time I was thirsty. He is the one who gave me what? Ride one time when he gave me medicine one time. So do not forget the ihsanat of the favor of the people. This is one of the sunnah of what? The Prophet ﷺ. Now don't do tit for tat. Tit for tat means that in the morning somebody give you something and the evening you are restless. No, it look like adal badal. It's not like that. You just think, let it go 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, 1 year, 10 years, and keep on doing it. Because if you do it like right there, hand to hand, from one hand to another hand, it doesn't look like. It looks like a business deal then. But remember that all the time, do not forget the what? The favor of a person. So, I mean, this is my personal story, but it is good to share that I was here in Florida and I was looking for residency, and I was unable to get, because to get residency was very, very difficult. So one time a man came and he attended my halaqah of the Qur'an. So somebody told him he's looking for residency. So he told me, talk to me after the halaqah. I say, okay, that's fine. So he took me to the side and he said, in Florida now they are giving medical license without residency. And I moved from Chicago for that. And you are in Florida and you don't know. So I laughed at him so much. He said, no, go ahead. So he made me apply for that, although I was thinking it is not true. And his name was Dr. Rahim Gul, who used to live here. He lived in Atlanta. He had stroke and he passed away yesterday. Yesterday after Eid Salat was his janazah, and at 2:30. So make dua for him. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive him and raise his darajat. So then for 15, 20 years, whenever I will talk to Dr. Rahim Gul and he will say, how is the thing? I say, doctor, everything is because of you and the grace of Allah. Whenever I will see him, before he remind me, I will remind him that all my achievements are because of you. You know, then what he told me, I told a few people also. And after 10 years, when they will not remind me or say thank you, I will say, how about it, you know? He said, this was in our nasib, Allah was going to give us anyway. You understand what I'm saying? So, man lam yashkurin nas, lam yashkurillah. The one who don't thankful to the people, he is also not thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Anyway, so you make dua for him also. He passed away yesterday on the day of Eid. So the Prophet gave shirt to who? Abdullah ibn Ubay ibn Salul, because of that. And because of that, and the Prophet also said hadith in Bukhari that Allah has given me choice 70 times. So if I knew that he will be forgiven for 100 times, I will ask 100 times. No problem, you know. So that is why the Prophet was very soft. And Abu Bakr was photocopy of the Prophet. Even the age, both age were the same, you know, 63 years. And Umar bin Khattab was different. So when Umar bin Khattab became Khalifa, somebody asked him, how you will be, because you are so hard. So he said, I have to neutralize the softness of the Prophet and Abu Bakr. And now I will be soft. Because, so this is how it is. Because this is a majmua. If a person is so soft, there are situations that you have to be hard on that also. So Umar radiallahu anhu hardness was, it was also used to make it like a what? Like a majmua, like a community. So then after, when the Prophet finished the janazah, and he was still in that area, and he was standing there, the ayah came, the next one. Okay? That, the same ayah, I mean. This one, this ayah came. That, وَلَا تُصَلِّ عَلَىٰ أَحَدٍ مِّنْهُمْ مَاتَ أَبَدًا. Okay, so a total ban. وَلَا تُصَلِّ عَلَىٰ أَحَدٍ مِّنْهُمْ مَاتَ أَبَدًا. And do not offer janazah prayer ala ahadin and anyone minhum from these hypocrites mata who passed away abadan. Okay, so now the Prophet knew who was a hypocrite, so he will not go, and everybody will know he was a hypocrite. In lifetime, nobody knew that he was a hypocrite. And after the Prophet passed away, so Huzaifa radiallahu anhu had the list of the hypocrite. So Umar bin Khattab radiallahu anhu, when like a grave zone person will pass away, so he will ask, is Huzaifa going? So if Huzaifa will go, Umar bin Khattab radiallahu anhu will go. And if Huzaifa radiallahu anhu was not going, so he will also not go. Because the other Sahaba, they had no clear evidence of the hypocrisy of the person, that he is a hypocrite or not. وَلَا تُصَلِّ, do not offer salat janazah ala ahadin and any one of minhum them mata who passed away abadan forever. وَلَا تَقُمْ, and do not stand ala qabrihi on his grave. Innahum, indeed they kafaru, they disbelieve, believe billahi in Allah wa rasulihi and his messenger. Wa matu, and they didn't do tawbah, they died. Wa hum fasiqun, and they were sinner, yani they were kuffar. Okay? Wa akhir da'wana alhamdulillah rabbil alamin.